Sounds like a personal problem. Well,
Okay, I need to have a rant, but what is with the dating scene in Australia right now? Like, no one wants to commit, everyone just wants a situationship, everyone just wants to talk online, like, chronically online. Like, as soon as it comes to, like, organising a date, gone, they ghost. Or, like, I'm not even a catfish. Like, you can see me, I look like my Instagram photos.
is your attitude a catfish, though?
Do all the guys, are they really insecure, or do they just don't want a girlfriend and just want to be like children forever? Or they commit to you and then find something better online from Instagram, or they have Hinge or Tinder still on their phone and then they cheat on you, but then want you back. I don't understand. Commit, not to commit? Do I bother? Become asexual?
These modern women, they can't figure it out. They keep on running into the same thing. All of them. On each and every continent. Why are men not committing? Why do men not want us? I venture to say with the way that you look, because you think that you look so great, and I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just saying, maybe, just maybe, the statistic for you rings true that 80% of the guys, you're not looking their direction. You're looking for the top of the top. And you think, oh, because I look good and I got nice eyes, that I'm going to be automatically able to pull. Unfortunately for you, because this man is top of the top and he's got multiple women coming, you're going to have a hard way to go.
One thing that I stand by is that the relationship will only work if the guy likes the girl more than the girl likes the guy. And let me break it down for you. For a guy,
you really don't need to, because it's already stupid. It's already foolishness.
It's important to him how he feels in the relationship. So obviously he needs to be in love with the girls because that's how he should feel. But for a girl, how the guy makes the girl feel matters for her. So when a guy is in love with her, he would literally do anything for her. So then it makes her feel like appreciated. So that way she's like, okay, like I like him. So then he needs to like be obsessed with the girl. So the guy won't leave the relationship as long as he loves the girl, and the girl won't leave the relationship as long as she feels loved.
It's more this. I'm starting to think that all of these modern women are from Missouri, because it's always show me. It's always show me. Show me before I commit. Tell me before I commit. Guarantee to me before I commit. It's no work involved on their part. It's always the man. You have to show me that you're obsessed with me. And then you have to show me that you're obsessed with me in a healthy way. And a man has to study this literally for years. There's so many cues that a man would have to pick up on. Easy enough if it were just the eyes that he had to study. But there's so many, oh, my shoulder just wrinkled, and that should have let you know that I wasn't interested. But then he steps back. Well, why did you pull back? Well, you said that you weren't interested. Oh, well, I wasn't interested on that day. That doesn't mean that you don't stop trying. What? Shut up. This type of stuff about women, these modern women always wanting the men to chase them. No, men have better things to do with their time besides walk behind you sniffing your behind. Girl, go away.
Basically, if a man wants to be a big man, he needs a big wallet.
Okay.
Okay.
And what else?
Oh, this is going to be
If a
stupid.
man wants to be dominant, he needs money.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Go on.
It's going to be
If a
stupid.
man wants to be head of the household, he better be paying for that entire household. Because it's not his leadership skills that are doing it.
What?
Noticing a theme here.
That man is not going to be, if you're looking for a dude that only pays, that's all he has to do is pay. Now that man might be competent, but he doesn't have to show you that competency because you're not competent. You only want a man that spends money. That's all you want. So you're not looking for anything else. So that man to you is going to be just that. I'm going to be a wallet. And let me tell you something. Whenever I want something, you better give it to me. Are we clear? Oh, no, I should be. No, you don't have an option. You don't have an option. You're going to give it to me right now. Right? Well, that's taken as forcefully. No, then get out of my house. How about that? Oh, you're so toxic. Be toxic. Out of my house. I need to be toxic alone. Bye.
If a man wants you to take care of him, he better have the money to make sure that you have the energy to do so.
So it's just about money, is it? Okay.
If a man wants to be pampered, he better make sure that you don't need to spend your time working so that you can pamper yourself first during the day.
It's really
What?
nice to see that money is still the all-motivating factor in relationships, at least for some.
Stupid.
Do you see where I'm going with this?
I
No,
think we can all very clearly see where this is going. But just to reiterate,
we see where it's going. I'm a bum. That's what we see going.
what's it all about?
The answer will always be that he pays.
I notice with a lot of these takes that some of these individuals seem to have something in common. They don't want to be treated as equals. No, they want to be treated as better than their
Bumanometry.
partner. And they feel, it seems, that the man should just be grateful for having a woman in his life. Well, I think a lot of men out there would be grateful for having an equal partner and not a sponge.
These women are insufferable. These women are terrible to be around. And they don't even be looking that good. They don't even be looking that good. Your eyelashes don't even look that great. Your lipstick is not even put on correctly. Why would a man want that? Why would he want that?
Guys, the craziest thing just happened, and I need someone to tell me I'm not crazy or I'm not in the wrong. So I met
Go
this
ahead.
guy 5 days ago, and we never really met in person. We've just been texting, and he was off the bat a really nice guy.
All right.
But then I realized like he would do this thing where he would basically like blow up my phone if I didn't answer him within like 5-10 minutes. Like I didn't send him a text for like maybe 10 minutes, and then I looked at my phone and I had like 20 texts from him, and it would be like, hey, where are you? Does something happen? Hey.
All right.
And I realized like he kind of was obsessive over me, and it was really weird because I've never met this guy. Anyways, this guy was like, I'm gonna marry you, you're the woman of my dreams, and like he's talking about all these things that we're gonna do, spend our summer together.
You know them for 5 weeks? Interesting.
I don't know. Anyways, he made a plan for today of us going out.
All right.
And he was like, oh, we're gonna go out at 4 o'clock, and he said this to me like 2 days ago. So today, this morning, I asked him, I'm like, oh, are we gonna meet today, like at 4 or 5? And he's like,
Well, can I ask you a question? If he's overbearing and he's possessive, and it seems like he's got to know where you are and what you're doing, and he's blowing up your phone, sending you 20 text messages, then why would you want to go on a date with him? Why would you want to go anywhere with him? If sounds like you're, kind of over it and you're in fear for your life, and that's giving you the ick. Why are you still involved with this man? Why don't you just say, hey, I think this style of communication is a little bit too much for me, so I'm going to have to back out. Wouldn't that be the logical thing to do?
yeah, maybe. And I was like, what do you mean maybe? Okay, like what do you mean maybe? And he's like, I can't control traffic. It might be 5 o'clock. It might be 4:30. Like, I'll let you know, like, closer to the time. And I was like, what the hell? What the actual hell? You made this plan. You made this plan for us to see each other. And now you're acting like I'm the one begging to see you. And then I don't know what really irked me was,
I don't think he was. I think he just said when you called to confirm or you texted to confirm, I think he just said, well, traffic is really bad out there. So, I mean, it might be 4:30, it might be 5. I know I said 4, but because of traffic, it might be 4:30 or 5. I mean, if you live in the city, then you'd understand that. But I mean, obviously, he can leave earlier depending on if he has to work or not. But if he has to work, then it might be 4:30 or 5.
like him saying, I can't control traffic. Like, I can't control when I get there. That's not normal to say to someone. Anyways. And then I was just like, I'm not okay with that. Like, you need to tell me a set time so we can meet there, right? Like, that way I would know when to leave. And then he starts going off on me. He's like, you're making me angry. Like, I'll be there when I can. Like, I can't control time. I can't control XYZ. And then he blocks me. He blocks me on everything.
You should be happy.
Okay, he's like, the last text he sent, he's like, enjoy, go out with whatever guy you want. I don't care. And then gone.
You should be happy about that. If this guy was a nutcase like you're saying, what's the problem? You should be celebrating. You dodged a bullet, as you guys would say. That guy was a red flag. He was a missile. He was a missile waiting to take you down. You don't want that in your life. Why does it seem like you're complaining about it? Unless, of course, a modern woman loves the attention. I wanted to be there. Anyway, I already said what I wanted to say. I don't get why you would want to be there with the dude. The man is over possessive. That's what you told us.
Over the years, every husband that I have ever met that's loyal, stable, consistent, loving, super nice, will do anything for the family, anything for her, anything for the kids, constantly self-sacrifice himself and his own well-being for her, okay? Mm-hmm. Every single husband that I know in that category has been left, has been cheated on, has been heartbroken, or has been divorced, okay?
Well, hold on, sir. You don't know that because women don't cheat. That's what these modern women tell us. They don't cheat. They're always loyal. They're always the ones doing everything around the house. They always have the mental load, the workload, the emotional labor, and all that other stuff. They always have that. What are you talking about, sir? You are a liar.
For years, every single husband that I've watched who moves the exact opposite, meaning he does whatever he wants, he doesn't really care. Maybe he's at the bar 3 or 4 nights a week. He's drinking, he's smoking, she can never get a hold of him. He forgets to charge his phone is dead. She can't get a hold of him. He forgets to reply to the text message.
I don't know how you get away with that, not charging your phone. I got to be able to have some sort of resources at all time, not even for her, for me.
He's out shooting pool with his friends, right? Then he's out over at this sports bar hanging out, and the wife and kids are never really a priority. I have watched these wives consistently chase and pursue these men's validation and stay with these husbands year after year after year after year, staying with them despite constantly complaining about them. What you have to understand with female nature is you have to look at her actions and where she's putting her time. And even if she says, oh, I hate that he's this way, I hate that he has these traits, I wish he would be more responsive, I wish he would be more emotionally available, I wish he would be more emotionally open. Despite her saying those things, you have to look at it this way. If year after year she's still with him, that guy that she's complaining about is doing something right.
Yep. She wants to be secure is what it is. If that man, not necessarily to say that his family is not a priority, but what's more priority is making sure my family is straight. That's it. Hey, man, I go to the bar and I shoot pool with my friends and maybe have a couple of drinks. But where's she at? Her and the kids at the house with the lights on, with the water running, with food in the pantry. And that's the most important thing to these modern women. Food got to be in the pantry. We clothed, we fed, we bathed, all that other stuff. And that man is taking care of his responsibility. Period.
Has anyone ever thought of the fact that they might not get married in this lifetime? Because the way my relationship life is going, I am too comfortable being single. Mm-hmm. The men of this generation, Jesus! Men can lie. They lie for no reason. Jesus!
So it's just the men that's doing that? Or is it just the guys that you be hanging around? I wonder how many lies you be telling. Just asking.
I broke no contact.
That's not funny. Try it up.
You don't feel better once you do.
Yo, girl, try it up. Try it up.
You do not feel better after saying your piece.
So you went in there bothering that man. Instead of leaving him alone, you went in there bothering that man. I can't believe. Try it up. Try it up. Man, you went in there bothering that man. You probably said something to that man and he didn't want to hear it. Oh, thanks. And you thought it was going to be, oh man, we going to fall into each other's arms. He going to listen to me. He going to hear me out. And it's going to be just like the Notebook where after so many years, he just had a realization that he missed me and he wanted me. Good on you, bro. Stay the course.
Women, we really need to start being politer and more respectful when we reject these men. Now, while I am not justifying a single mad thing men do,
but what are you saying?
I do think as women, we need to be aware that we are contributing to the toxicity of this dating environment. Being nicer would take us a long way.
Is that
And I'm not talking about men.
So wait a minute. Are you saying that when men said to you, maybe smile? I mean, hey, how's it going? You should maybe smile and say, oh, Going great. How's it going with you? Like a normal freaking human being.
And nice where they're like, smile. Like, baby.
What did I just say? What?
I am talking about a man who is not your type for whatever reason approaching you because he thinks you are attractive, beautiful, look good, whatever the word is. And a lot of women's response to that is very rude. It's very dismissive. It's very patronizing.
Like you just did when a man was like, hey, smile. Today's a good day. Be happy. Don't worry. You'll listen to Bob Marley say that. Well, I don't think it's Bob Marley, but still, you get it. The point is, be happy. Like Nat King Cole said, smile.
Now, no individual wants to be embarrassed, full stop, period.
Right.
But men are created with such pride and ego, even if they don't always show it, that kind of humiliation can affect a man differently. And we have seen this play out in the extreme on the news and social media where women are getting...
Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Oh, if you say this, then he might. Come on, man. Don't do this.
Fisted up, followed, attacked for not giving a man their number and, you know, being polite about it, trying to diffuse the situation. I'm not talking about that.
All right.
All the men in those situations absolutely need to be buried underneath the jail cell.
Right.
Like, to be clear, you are crazy. Nobody owes you anything. And that woman must have clearly had discernment to not want to give you her number because clearly you were doolally. So I'm not talking about that.
Right.
I'm talking about the sane men, not the crazy men.
Well, honestly and truly, for modern women, all men are crazy. They think that all men that don't coincide with what they want them to look like, how they want them to behave, the money that they want them to make, they're crazy to them. So...
But women, there are a lot of us who, when these men who are sane and just have positive intentions in terms of find us attractive and want to move things forward with us, there is a way that we are interacting, which is making those men walk away feeling small. And nobody should be feeling small when their intention to speak to you was positive.
Yep.
Because whether or not you want to pursue things with that man is approaching you because he thinks you're attractive. That is a positive thing. Well, at least it's not a negative thing. But what we don't realize happens is a lot of men, especially when they're younger, they experience these negative interactions when they're trying to pursue women who are not interested in them. And the shame and the humiliation of the interaction, because of the way a lot of times the woman has handled it, leaves him feeling upset, angry, hurt. Shake that around, add a pinch of bitterness, and boom, you have the red pill community. Side note, I didn't even know what the red pill community was until a couple of days ago. I think I still don't know what it is. What is it?
You know what's crazy is that men have created this community, right? And not saying that everybody that's in the community or in the space has your best interest at heart. But it's funny because men have said, you know what? We're just going to go create our own thing. We're just going to do our own thing. And men have gotten upset about it. It's like, y'all need to stop listening to those men telling y'all that. Maybe on some things, but maybe on other things, it's actually good advice. And I don't want to hear from you anymore. But y'all don't like that either because the attention's not on you.
Just like men who women and just think they're better than women.
Right.
But yeah, men won't tell you, but a lot of them are shaped by this interaction, and their anger and hatred towards women often stem from these kind of interactions.
Right.
And women will operate like this and wonder why men don't like women and men women. And yes, I don't think it's a full-blown justifiable reason. However, it doesn't stop it being a reason just because I don't necessarily agree with it.
Do you ever think that men don't like modern women, like the kind of women that do things like this? Like when they keep on running into women like this on a frequent basis, then they're like, man, let me go ahead and move out the way. Doesn't mean that they're not looking. It's just there's so much foolishness wrapped up in what you guys are doing. Not all women, but some women out there, right?
And I always think there's accountability on both sides. So men, I think you need to get therapy if you feel like this. Like you genuinely are letting pain, rage direct your life. That's can't be good for you. Also, there's just nothing wrong with being a positive person and having positive interactions with people and not making people feel bad about themselves, especially when their intention was to compliment you. And just also to our sisters who have lost their lives at the hands of these kind of men, women, we need to be aware that some of these men are crazy. They have lost it. Let me be real. So I would just always is that how you say it? On the side of safety. That's the truth. Mental and physical. Because whether or not these men should be doing it, of course we know they shouldn't be being violent because they're rejected. They shouldn't be being abusive. They are. Like, they actually are. So we need to be careful. And again, I'm not justifying the psychos, like the crazy people. I'm a woman myself. I'm scared of them too. But what I am saying is there's nothing wrong with when you're engaging with the gender that you actually want to date, even if you don't want to date that specific man. There's nothing wrong with putting positivity out there. There's nothing wrong with putting good energy out there, because I definitely feel like the dating game currently has like a very dark cloud over it. And I think both men and women need to work on that.
I think if you're going to tell women to err on the side of safety, I think men should err on the side of safety as well. Before you walk out that house, you need to have a pretty good assumption. Now, nothing is ever 100%, but you need to have a pretty good assumption or a pretty good idea that that woman is coming to the spot for you. That woman is a nice person. She's somebody that potentially, if depending on what age you are, you can take home to your parents or your family or just anybody that you would like her to meet. You can see her in a lot of different avenues and a lot of different situations and environments where she knows how to act. She knows how to conduct herself. And that's going in and being able to chop it up with somebody. You don't have to be the life of the party, but hey, here's my friends. Act like you know how to talk, because you're going to want me to do the same thing when I'm around your friends, when I'm meeting your family, when I'm meeting those closest to you. You're going to want me to be normal, be social, whether I am or not, act like a normal human being, right? So that's what a man is looking for. And if you're not able to do that, I'm not coming out of this house. I'm not going to spend any money on you. I'm not going to holler and scream and go back and forth. As a matter of fact, if you keep on trying to blow up my phone, I'm going to have to block you. Well, that's sassy for a man to block a woman. I'm going to have to block you. It's sassy for a man to not allow a woman. It's sassy for a man and not to allow the woman the space to just yap and yap and yap and yap and just take up his time and, just sit up and take all his money and not be a gentleman and just take it on the chin. And even though I don't like him, it's sassy for him not to pay the bill and just let all that ride. It's sassy. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You're not about to waste my time or my money. Now I'm going to tell you for the last time, get out of my face.
If he contacts his ex, it's cheating. If he flirts with anyone on social media, it's cheating. If he continues to talk to someone after they show interest in him, it's cheating. If he imagines himself with another woman, it's cheating. If he has to delete any of his messages, it's cheating. If he lies to you about anything that he knows you're not okay with, it's cheating. There's a whole debate going on right now about what is considered micro-cheating, and it can literally be anything that causes you to distrust your partner. And yes, this can vary depending on each relationship, but it's your job to set those boundaries as soon as you feel uncomfortable and leave when they've been crossed. So if you tell your man not to contact his ex and he still does, that is not your man, that is your enemy.
To be honest with you, man, I was looking at her Instagram and her profile, and while there's not really any bikini pics, there are little outfits where like she's showing off, her body and stuff like that. And when I listen to this stuff, I feel like it all goes hand in hand. These modern women just don't seem to know how to like dress without pushing their chest up. I got to show a little stomach, or it's always got to be the skirt's got to be the shortest possible. Like, oh, I don't understand it. If a woman walks by your man in a short skirt, you're going to want him to avert his eyes, period. If a woman walks by in some of the stuff that you be wearing, even though it's not a bikini, with your chest popped up, Some of these women don't really even got a lot, but the undergarments they be wearing be pushing it up. And for some, I don't get it. I just don't get it. You don't want your man flirting or looking or liking that type of stuff. Why do you think it's okay for you to do it? I just don't get it. It's always got to be, oh, it's cute for me, but he better have eyes for me. I mean, other dudes are looking at you. Do you think that he's totally comfortable with that? He's, at some point in time, he's got to be, well, I mean, they're going to stare anyway. He's got to put it into they're going to stare anyway category. And I feel like even with that category, there's going to be, I'm putting on clothes, but that's just the way my body is shaped versus I'm giving them a reason to stare. I feel like most modern women today fall into the latter. I'm going to give people a reason to stare. And if I don't like the attention that I'm getting, then I'm going to say it's their fault. I'm never going to put it on myself. Man, like I said, these modern women want to call out the other people's man. If they're doing this, they're cheating. If they're on this, then they're cheating. If you're not putting your clothes on and you allowing other dudes to like your photos and you won't dress like you have some common sense, you're cheating. You're cheating.